Yo, what's up guys, it's Lun-Gi. So today we're going to be taking a look at part 2 of the TCG Maliss guide. So in part 2, I'll cover some plays that I did not cover in part 1. So first up, we'll just take a look at a combo we didn't cover the last time, which is a Firewall Dragon Tempest Hertz combo. So for the Firewall Dragon combos, you need to basically have like Crossout Designator, or if you're playing Parallel Exceed, you need like Parallel Exceed for those plays, because you can't really play around Nibiru when you do those plays. So you need some way to either just negate it or like play through it. So yeah, we'll be showing off Dormouse plus Crossout into Firewall combo. So we'll normal summon Dormouse, do the regular thing, Rabbit, pay 300, summon back, Rabbit's effect, and we will set TB-11. So unlike the usual play, we won't be activating TB-11. We will be making Splash Mage. So we'll go Splash Mage, we'll target the one we didn't use in case they have a Bystial. Summon back the Dormouse, and then we'll go straight into Red Ransom. Red Ransom's effect will allow us to add Underground. Now we activate TB-11. So we'll banish the Red Ransom, we'll summon Cheshire Cat. On the next chain, Red Ransom, pay 900, and banish Dotscaper. Dotscaper, next chain, Dotscaper summons itself back. Now, if you didn't have Crossout Designator, you could get hard punished with Nibiru here, because you haven't used Dormouse yet, because you haven't banished it, and you haven't used Cheshire Cat, but Maliss In Underground can only banish like one of them. And then since you use Splash Mage, you can't actually like link up into a link 3, and because you're locked into Cyberse, you can't actually like continue. If you play Transcode Talker, then you're still able to continue, but it's kind of hard to like fit in Transcode Talker, because there's not really anything you could remove. Like you could remove like Masquerader, because it's not really that important if you're not maining Shifter. So you could remove Masquerader for Transcode Talker, and then that could allow you to still allow you to play after you get Nibiru, like at this point in the combo. But anyways, we continue. So we'll turn this into Link Decoder, and then we will turn the 3 of them into White Binder. So we want to go Binder first, Link Decoder second. So Binder will banish, this will summon back first, chaining 2, and then Binder will banish TB-11, banish Cheshire Cat, and banish our Dormouse, banish them. Then on the next chain, you'll pay 600 in total, and then your girls will come back. So the girls will come back, and then next you'll use your ignition effect, and you will set GWC-06. So next up, you can use Link Decoder, Binder, and then maybe Dormouse, and make Firewall Dragon Tempest Hertz, Neo Tempest Hertz. So you can use Neo Tempest Hertz at this point, and just dump Desavewurm so that you don't forget. Right, dump Desavewurm, and then next you will activate Underground. Then you'll banish your White Binder, banish White Binder. White Binder will trigger, summon itself back, and you get to draw a card. Right, so we got lucky and we drew into a Maliss card. So that's why you keep Cheshire Cat on the field in case you draw a card, a Maliss card. So you use Cheshire Cat, you banish, and then you draw 2. Right, so now we have 6 in hand. So the last play that you'll do is you'll just turn the 2 of them into Firewall Dragon, right? And then you'll end your turn. Now at this point, Firewall Dragon kind of points into the abyss, into nothing. But you will be able to summon things next to Firewall Dragon, so it's not a big deal. So if you got some cards that you can set in your hand, we drew into Imperm, we opened Imperm, so we just hit the Imperm, and then you might not want to actually place this card face down, because if they have Nibiru in hand, if you just set some cards, they might be prompted to now activate Nibiru. It's not a major deal, but it would be kind of annoying at that point. We did draw this as well, but and then we can check their hand, but yeah, we'd rather just say, okay, gonna enter the end phase, nothing, okay, in the end phase, and then end turn, and then just like keep this in hand, because you don't really need it on the field anyway. So yeah, just keep it in your hand if you have it, just to be on the safe side. But if they do, if they did play a trick, like in this specific scenario, we'll be able to just negate Nibiru, and then we can punish them after that, and then it's basically GG. So at this point, you end your turn, and then during their turn, let's imagine we're playing against like, I don't know, Ryziel. So they summon EX, summon, and then dump Aggregator. We got Veiler for the EX. So in this scenario, you've got Ash and you got Veiler. So you'd rather just activate Veiler. If they got droplets, they'll maybe use droplets at that point. If they have droplets, but like you just keep hitting, since we got so many like disruptions, just keep hitting like one card. Alright, so they target Firewall. We'll just chain Veiler, X, and then if they have droplets, they will droplets, and then it's fine. We'll just wait until they have 2 monsters on board, and then we will just banish both of their monsters, and then at that point it's probably GG. So anyways, so they add, so let's imagine they have droplets, so they sack EX, they negate Firewall. Okay, cool. They add Thode. Next thing they do is they special summon the Thode. You just hit Thode with Imperm. Alright, let's imagine they hard drew the Ice. So they normal summon Ice, use Ice's effect, just hit Ice with Ash. If they got Call By, just banish Call By, and then next up we go GWC-06, and then we can actually just chain Tempest, because we're going to be summoning a bunch of monsters. So dump this, GWC-06, summon Binder, gain 23. On the next chain, Binder's effect. So just banish Ransom, banish a trap, and then banish White Rabbits. So Ransom, Rabbits. On the next chain, and also banish Cheshire Cat with Ransom. On the next chains will be Ransom, Rabbits, Cats. Cat comes back, and then Rabbit sets MTP-07, and then Ransom will add Maliss In Underground. So they still have 2 monsters on board. So that's Ice and Thode. So we'll just activate MTP-07, banish Binder, and then we will search for Dormouse and banish Ice because it has more attack, and it's probably in a, yeah, it has more attack. On the next chain, Binder, summon back, draw a card. So the last 2 monsters they could summon are Node or another Ice by sending a card on the field or hand from the graveyard, or from the hand to the graveyard or field to the graveyard. So yeah, so they have 1 Thode left on the field. So we'll just wait till they put another monster on board, and then as soon as they do, we just banish this, and then we just use these 3 to make Hearts of CRYPTER, and then we'll use CRYPTER's effect to shuffle back. We can shuffle back GWC-06 because it's kind of the most powerful one. GWC-06, and then we'll banish whatever's in defense mode. Keep the ones that are in attack mode, because Firewall has 8k at this point, and that should be the end of their turn. Even if they do have like another level 4, they'll summon the level 4, make like Exoton or something, and then nuke the field. But we've got crazy follow-up in our hand, and 1 Exoton's not actually going to do anything. If they make Detonator, it's not going to do anything. It can't really, I mean, it could beat over like this, but the next turn, you know, CRYPTER is going to take care of it. Or we could just like attack for like 5k or something, and then go for CRYPTER in the battle phase, and they can pop something, but then it's just like GG. So yeah, this field is actually quite strong. It's not as good of a lock as Gryphon, because Gryphon they literally have to out the Gryphon. With this one, they can kind of like maneuver, and they can use their effects. So there is a chance that they could, you know, play around or like play through some stuff if they've got enough gas. The draws do actually matter, like being able to draw like a bunch of cards. They do matter because you can draw into, you know, hand traps and stuff like that. So yeah, if you've got Crossout Designator in your hand, then you can go for this play instead. It's preferable against maybe decks that have like strong spell cards that you can negate with like Desavewurm. And also this negates monster effects in the battle phase, right? So for example, if they had another level 4 and then summon Detonator and went battle phase, so like in the battle phase you activate CRYPTER, they can activate Detonator, but then it gets negated by Tempest, which is also something to like consider. He's definitely stronger against like Tempai. So if people are playing a lot of Tempai decks, then you might prefer this play over Gryphon. But Gryphon is still also strong against like Tempai, because whatever synchros they summon, they won't be able to activate their effects. So it's like both are strong against like Tempai, but this one allows you to be able to like negate a spell like the field spell, or be able to negate Regeki or something like that. So that's definitely something to consider. Alright, so now we're gonna take a look at random hands versus hand traps. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is a random hand against Ash Blossom. So with this hand, normal summon White Rabbit, use its effect, set TB-11, Lun-Gi-Oh, Druiswurm, banish, summon back the rabbit. Now we'll go Red Ransom. Red Ransom's effect. So this is the first opportunity that the opponent can use Ash Blossom. So they might use Ash Blossom, they might not. So let's imagine they ash the Red Ransom. Right, so they ash the Red Ransom, cool. Next, since we have this in hand, let's check their hand. So we check their hand, and then we just snipe something. Next, we'll just activate this. Since we have perfect hand knowledge now, we'll be able to play more comfortably. Right, pay 900, summon back, banish Dotscaper's effects, summon it back. This is summon with TB-11, so we can't use its effects yet. So now we have two options. We can try to go for the Firewall line, or we could try to go for the Knightmare Gryphon line. We got perfect hand knowledge, so we can kind of choose which route to take. So let's just go for the Gryphon line. Link into my binder, decoder, binder will banish Dormouse, TB-11, and maybe their Ash Blossom from their graveyard. Right, so then Dormouse will trigger, summon itself back. Then we can use its effect to banish Cheshire Cat, since we haven't used it yet. Cheshire Cat, pay, summon back. Cheshire Cat's effect, banish, draw 2, 1, 2. Next up, Binder's effect, set GWC-06. Next, we can go for, banish this. We can go for Haggard Lizard, banish, Binder, summons itself back, draw a card, draw Nib. Link to Firewall, GWC-06, gain 2300, Haggard Lizard, White Binder, into Knightmare Gryphon. So Gryphon can discard something. I don't think we need Nib, so we can just discard Nib, sets GWC-06, and then draw a card, right, Juveler. So we hard drew this, so we can just also set these, and then with near perfect hand knowledge, we can end our turn. Right, so the opponent will just draw, and then we'll be able to perfectly counter them. So we got a bounce, which could be 2 bounces. We've got a Floodgate here, we've got Veiler, we've got a Bystial that we hard drew, and then we have the trap cards, Graveyard Disruption, and then we've got a banish here. So they're playing with so Ash, they used Ash, and then we shuffle the card from their hand into the deck, so they got 3 cards, and then they draw to 4 cards to our multiple disruptions. So we should be able to easily take them out with whatever deck they're playing, basically. Now it's Nibiru against a random hand. Alright, Nibiru against a random hand. So we have Dormouse effect, Rabbits, TB-11, Cheshire Cat, next chain, Dormouse, summon back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so this is 5 summons. Nib comes down, so sack, we get a token. Alright, so we'll just turn the token into Link Spider. Next, Druiswurm, banish the Cheshire Cat because we haven't used it. Cheshire Cat summons itself back. Next up, Splash Mage, summon something back. Right, we'll go for Red Ransom. Red Ransom's effects, Underground, Link, Firewall Dragon, Druiswurm, send it to the graveyard. Maliss In Underground, banish, Red Ransom, summon itself back, banish Dotscaper, summons itself back. Next, so you could either make Neo Tempest, or you could go for White Binder. So go for White Binder, banish TB-11, Binder, set GWC-06. We set both of them, and then we end our turn. Right, so during the opponent's turn, so we've got some disruptions here. We've got Veiler, Nib, Imperm, which should actually be enough to end most combo decks' turns, especially like ending on like the nib. So what we'd actually do, since we have this like specific hand, like even against Ryzio goes EX, I don't know, targets, I guess, dump Aggregator, maybe dump Geodrive, and then they go for EX, they search with EX, we just allow it, and then they search Thode, summon with Thode, we just allow it, and then, oh, this is set, and then they try to go for maybe Geodrive, if they go for Detonator, it's definitely a mistake. They go for Geodrive, and then they activate Geodrive, and then we chain the Imperm, right? So they're on 3 summons already. So then they go Ice, summon Node from deck, then they're over 5 summons. So we just do this Nibiru, right? They Nibiru us, we Nibiru them. So sack, summon a token on their side of the field now. Right, at that point, they should not have any more plays, but if they do, we've got Veiler to still stop them. But otherwise, GWC-06, summon back the Binder, gain 23. We've got Binder on the we trigger Binder's effect, go for Ransom, and then if they've got anything important in the graveyard, we just banish that. But otherwise, banish Ransom, and then banish Rabbits to trigger them. 1, 2, or actually 1, 2. Alright, summon back Ransom, summon back Rabbits. Ransom will banish something else. Banish Dormouse. Next chains, 1, 2, 3. Mouse summons Rabbits, sets TP-07, and then Ransom searches Maliss In Underground. Alright, so if they have another play, we've got one more, actually 2 more tricks up our sleeves. Maybe 3 if we draw something nice. So we banish this, since we haven't banished it yet. Add Cheshire Cat. On the next chain, Binder. If they got Ash, they can Ash, or maybe they would have Ashed this. Alright, Binder, summon, draw. Okay, drew Imperm. Alright, and then this should be the end of their turn, for sure. But if it isn't, Failure. Right, then on the next turn, easily take care of the token. We can just go, we can go Rabbit Binder, Accesscode Talker, target Binder, banish Binder, pop the token, Binder summons itself back and banishes the 2 trap cards. Now they gain 3k. Now they gain 3k. This is on 5-3, 5-3, 3, 5-3, 5-3 actually. 5-3, 5-3, GG.